confident and rolling. Awesome. Good deal. How about the Aztecs? Love that. 6 in a row. Good win. Another dominant performance by the defense. Aside from that opening drive, I think it was 49 yards in the second half, which is outstanding. Another great step by them. The other two phases of the game, there's moments of greatness, but far too much inconsistency that we need to clean up. Disappointed with the number of penalties that occurred. We'll make sure that we do a better job with that as we go forward. But good to be mildly upset about a 3-possession win. So that's a good spot to be in, right? At the end of the day, there's not going to be a picture on the scorecard here. It's great to have another one, to be 6 in a row as we go and have momentum going into the fourth quarter of the season, and to be in the pole position that we are right now. But ultimately, that doesn't matter. We got to get ahead of a lot better as we go forward. So good spot to be in. Got the boys' attention, and they're going to go have good, clean American fun. But there's going to be lots of cleanup this week as we go play a really good Hawaii team, and obviously all their future opponents. But the Aztecs got to get better as we continue to go forward, so we can achieve all of our dreams and our goals.
Defense has been so dominant. What went through your mind when they went down and got that first touchdown?
Okay. Right. I mean, there's a new play caller on that side. There's a lot of different wrinkles. Coach Ulrich and the defense staff do an unbelievable job of making in-game adjustments. But the passion that the defense plays with, the fundamentals that they play with, the physicality that they play with, that travels whether we're home or on the road. And so those boys would settle in with it. They did, and obviously a pretty dominant performance in the second half. Challenged them to give up less than 50 yards in the second half. We'll take that.
Coach, as you mentioned, the defense kind of giving up that opening touchdown and then kind of settling in. 14 drives after that touchdown for Wyoming and 110 yards of total offense after that. What does that say to the group that you have defensively, and also to the defensive coaches that you have on your staff that can kind of bring that together and get them to settle in and still dominate?
Yeah, I mean, we have elite leadership. Was talking to the guys in the team hotel on Friday night. It's a tremendous staff that we've been able to put together. The addition of Coach Manning to really complement and refine with his ideas, with the leadership of Coach Ulrich, and the way that there's really a think tank in that room right now that's doing tremendous things, right? Led by Rob, Coach Summer brings unbelievable ideas to the table each and every single week, right? Coach Lose does an unbelievable job of the interior run game and the way that we can work out some things to attack the run schemes that they want to, the pass game knowledge of how we can attack scheme that Coach Manning brings. And then one of the unsung heroes, is Coach Sutton. He does an unbelievable job as well. There's a lot on Coach CJ's plate with the way that we play our safeties and we put on their shoulders to carry week in and week out with adjustments and formation structure. So they do a great job, obviously working together, working through the problems that we know that we're going to see and some of the unknown problems that we're going to see. I think they're some of the best professors on campus, the way that they teach, right? And they got some unbelievable pupils that are learning from them. They do a great job absorbing the information and then going and applying it and solving the problems that they see, right? And following their rules, following their keys, and then going to solve the problems in a disciplined way with great enthusiasm. There's a great connection in that group, and I think that stems all the way back to the continuity and the consistency that we've had on that side of the ball, and really truly the legacy that Aztec defense is here, right? That's something that they stand watch over each and every single day, but man, they've created a special unit at a place that have had some pretty special units that they're putting themselves up there and some pretty rarefied air as we continue to climb, and they put down these performances week in and week out.
Coach, offense not quite as efficient today as it had been in previous weeks. Was that more of what Wyoming was giving you, or more like a situation that you guys weren't quite moving as you would?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty special spot for us to be sitting here when we're talking about almost 400 yards of total offense and talking about our lack of inefficiency, right? So it's great that the standards are that high. They did a really good job. I mean, Jay does an unbelievable job, obviously, with his defensive background and his defensive staff, being really gap sound. They're a one-man, one-gap, aggressive, uphill, unit that's going to attack you and be very, very physically stout. They're a really developed team. So there's some things within the run game that we had to refine, and ultimately I got to do a better job of getting this into some heavier personnel sooner and quicker. I was really more disappointed in myself and some of the answers that ultimately we got to spring lucky there at the end. Valuing the football is critically important now 2 weeks in a row. We've done a poor job of that. So again, we got to go back to emphasizing that, go back to the basics. But we'll continue to refine it. We'll continue to go forward with it. But I'm always going to look inward at what we can do better as a staff and what we're doing offensively so that we've got better execution come Saturday.
Coach, you get points off the first 2 turnovers today. Stretch of 6 straight turnovers in a row that you cashed in on. Just what is it about the offense to be able to take advantage of opportunities like that when the defense gets the game-changing plays?
Yeah, you want to be opportunistic, right? And I think that's something that great teams do, is that when you have a moment and there's the proverbial blood in the water to be able to go, go get it done, right? Go execute in those moments. So we're really excited about the way that our guys respond in those moments, and need to have that be a consistent piece of who we are.
Should this win vault you in the top 25? How important is that? Should we?
How many 7-1 teams are there in the country? Right, like we're at this point in the season now where we're not talking about preseason polls and what people think they are. Like, we've played games, right? We're going to be in the second week in November. There's only 4 weeks left in the regular season before we're all hitting championship weekend. And, we're single-mindedly focused on the present at B, but for all the AP voters in the room, right, like, how many guys are 7-1? So I think the resume speaks for itself. If you're talking about the top 25 teams in the country that are consistently showing up, and the resume matters, and not, again, what we think people were or what we thought they were going to be as we entered the season, but what they actually are. Right? Like, we've talked all the time in here, right? Constantly about, hey, this is a what have you done for me lately business. We've won 6 in a row. How many teams in the country have won 6 in a row? So yeah, I think we're one of the best in the country. I think we should be in the top 24. And obviously I'm pretty biased, but I'm gonna stand on the soapbox and do my part. And I can't wait to see our community show up and give us a top 25 performance from their support and from the community as well, because I think we got one of the best cities in the world, not just in the country, but in the world. And I can't wait to see them show up and show out with us the next opportunity that we get to be home.
The team's won so many different ways. Just what is it like having a kind of too gritty to be pretty night like tonight, where things weren't necessarily working, but still the team grinds through and gets a thoroughly convincing statistical win?
Yeah, I mean, one of our core beliefs is blue collar nasty, right? We talk about, hey, work works, punch the clock, and the way that we've defined that since day one is that there's a job that needs to get done anytime, anywhere, anyhow. We're gonna find a way to find a solution. We're gonna get it done. So, yeah, it wasn't pretty tonight, right? Like, that one's not making a whole lot of TikTok reels and style points per se, but again, we're sitting here talking about a 3-possession dominant win where there's a lot to clean up, and that's a completely different conversation than we were having a year ago, right? So I'm glad we have this one. We're glad we have the boys' attention. We'll gladly clean it up, and we'll have an urgency to get better, because I need all the great things, the winning streak and where we sit, and my opinion of us in the top 25, and all of that. Like, it doesn't matter, right? Like, we're not gonna relax. We're not gonna take our foot off the gas. Like, we gotta continue to get better. We gotta continue to compete Sunday through Friday better, in all honesty, right? Like, we gotta compete on those days so that we can show up and we can perform and we can execute at a higher level come Saturdays.
What made Jordan questionable for the game, and what did he have to show pregame for you to be comfortable playing?
Jordan or Jade?
Jade.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the hit that he took last week, there was kind of some limitations throughout the week of practice, so didn't quite know. So it was basically come pregame, can you operate, all the throws that need to be made, and are you comfortable enough to decide to go? And Jade's a warrior. He's been working through a number of different things, throughout the course of the year, and felt good. He gave us the green light, and away we went.
Coach, when you took over the program, did you, I know you got high expectations, but did you expect to be where you're at this quick? And just curious how quick things have turned around, if this is exactly what you thought, or this is ahead of schedule.
I mean, when I started the conversation with Moose and JD, right, like, it was very clear from their end, it was very clear from my end that we were chasing championships, right? And so, again, a lot's been made about all that's changed, right? Like, our society has no patience whatsoever, so you better do it quickly, right? And so we wanted to work urgently to get it done. Again, I think there's still so much growth and improvement within this team and within our organization, within our programs. We continue to go forward. So I kind of keep my head down, right now. We've accomplished some great things, right? And I hope no one takes this the wrong way in how I say this. Like, we've accomplished some great things, but there's still a whole another quarter of the season and postseason that's yet to be played, right? So as much as we've done, we ain't done anything yet. And we've got to continue to grow, we've got to continue to get better. And when the journey's actually done, and the final punctuation mark has been made, and I hope it's an exclamation point with how we finish this season, right? Then I'll kind of take a step back and see where we're at, and we'll kind of know a true assessment of where we are at the end of the year too. Because right now we're in the thick of it. I'm in the eye of the storm, and all I want to do is kind of go clean this tape up and then go watch the game that's on right now to know what everything looks like for my future opponent.
Guys, Phillips had an early interception with a little important pass breakups when I was trying to get back in the game. Where have you seen his play flourish this season?
Yeah, I mean, Bryce is obviously a guy playing opposite Chris. He knows he's going to get a lot of attention in the camaraderie and the competition to have both those guys on either side. I mean, it's great to get, another year of eligibility for him, right? There was one point in time in this journey and in this climb where BP was off, preparing for his NFL career. And then, all those things that go on, it's like, hey, come on back. Red Rover, let BP come back over, right? And to have him back in the fold, man, he's done a great job. Again, competing, improving, and I think that goes as a testament to Donovan Brown's, improvement throughout the course of the year, and Jordan's improvement throughout the course of the year, and possibly before he got injured, and Nate Acevedo and Will Crane, right? Like the way that those guys compete in one-on-ones every single Tuesday, good on good, is helping all those guys grow. But he's matured. There was a play out here last year, right, where he got a personal foul and kind of made it more about himself than it was about the team, and man, his competitive maturity has grown leaps and bounds, which is outstanding to see, right? And to know, like, okay, hey, like they're going formation in the boundary, they've condensed the split, we got to create extra hats, and you see the quarterback, hey, alert, and it's like the shot's coming your way, bro. Like, and for him to respond in that moment because of his preparation, he meets that opportunity. It's great to see him, have that training, and again, it's Coach Sumner working his magic the way that he's done for many, many years here, and why he's such an invaluable piece of our team and of our staff to groom and develop those guys each and every single day within his room.
Coach, what do you think about the fan attendance? I know you were campaigning throughout the league. Were you disappointed at all with the turnout?
I think we got one of the best teams in the country, and we got some of the best fans in the country, right? And everything that I've heard since I showed up on day one, right, is Coach, hey, you put a winner out there, the city's going to show up, the city's going to respond, right? So there's a winner that we're putting out there. We won 6 in a row, right? And so we're going to continue to do a great job telling our story. And again, I love this community, the way they've embraced our team, the way they've competed with us. And I just want them to come have fun with us, right? Like, now is the enjoyable part, all the work that we've done, right? In our program, right? Through all the roster retention and all the icky things, right? That we talk way too much about. Like, we got something special here. And we got 2, maybe 3 more opportunities to enjoy this club, this team in our city. America's finest city, right? And so I can't wait to see our family show up and our city show up to be a competitive advantage and to take in all the fun that these guys are having every single opportunity that we get home here at Snapchat.
Speaking of the
Other than about fans, just how important is it for you as the coach of such a historical football program? How important is it for you to go out and get one on homecoming night?
Yeah, they're all important, right? But I mean, one of the things that we set forward that we wanted to do was restore pride in this program, right? I was really embarrassed by the way that we finished it last year, okay? And so, yeah, any opportunity that we have, I think one of the things that great teams do, you can look back on the history of any sport, whether it's the All Blacks in rugby, whether it's the old New England Patriots during their dynasty, or, hey, it's, what's going on in the World Series right now, right? I don't even know what the score is, okay? But like, good teams, historically, great teams, historically, they defend their home turf, right? And so homecoming's always at home. And so, my gosh, we're going to win that thing, right? There's an opportunity to compete. We only get 6 of these at home. Very fortunate to have 6 opportunities here. And so, to secure another win, there's a lot of alumni back. There's a lot of eyeballs and attention on what we're doing. That's great for the university. It's great for our team. It's great for our city. And that's just going to elevate all of those entities within our community, right? Obviously, our program, our university, and our city will all benefit from what the Aztecs are doing on the gridiron, because we are the only football team here in town, right? So I can't wait to see, again, all those fans show up and support all that we have going on, with the next opportunity that we do have at home. Plus, there's going to be a cool drone show as well, so come check that out. That'll be great.
Coach, Lucky Sun's career high rushing yards, 158 yards tonight, coming off a career high last week of 131. What has his development been like across the season to now? Not a finished product, but who he is now today?
Yeah, it's really cool because it speaks to, again, like I go back to one of our core beliefs of be the alpha, improve and compete today, right? So, okay, cool, you set a career high. And again, what great teams and great players do is that they find marginal ways to improve even when they're at their best. So, okay, you put down a career high, like, are you content with that? Are you going to grow complacent, or are you going to truly embody who we are and what we believe in, right? And lucky number 7 there, man, like there's a reason he's a single digit. There's a reason that he earned that, right, as he goes. Like, he embodies our core beliefs, and I feel very spoiled that our best players show those traits, they show those qualities each and every single day. right? And so for him to come out and then, hey, raise the bar yet again, it just speaks to the climb. Like, we want to continue to grow, we want to continue to take that next step, we want to continue to elevate. And Lucky knows and understands, and he embraces, like, with every step that we take, as, you know, we get ranked in the top 25, and now, hey, there's more attention, more eyeballs, like, okay, cool, like, let's narrow the focus, right? The Aztecs are responsible for the Aztecs, and the higher we climb, the harder it's gonna get. That's what we signed up for. Like, let's go, strap it up, and let's find ways to get better and better as we do that.
What's the biggest challenge over the last?
It's a hard-hitting game. I mean,
It was a hard-hitting
do you
game.
find, I mean, from on both sides, can the people expect the hits to keep getting even tougher as the game is starting to become more meaningful? What was it like between them?
Yeah, that's what makes our game beautiful, right? Our guys do every single week what very few do. I think it's what makes it special. Like, when you put that armor on, when you put those pads on, like, you know what you're stepping into. And I think when you turn our tape on, you know our brand of ball. It's gonna be focused, it's gonna be accountable, it's gonna be smart, it's gonna be tough, right? And like, we get the opportunity to speak with our pads. And so, yeah, when you play the Aztecs, strap it up. Like, you have to bite down on your mouth guard a little bit tighter. And we're gonna make sure that you wanna play our brand of ball. We're gonna dictate to you. So yeah, it's gonna be physical. And again, like, we're all gonna come down the stretch here, and all these games are gonna become more meaningful, and ain't just gonna be handed to you. Like, you gotta go take it. And in this game, that requires some brute strength. So we got a bunch of big people. Because yet again, big people beat up little people, right? Sir Isaac Newton taught us that.
What's the biggest challenge over the last 4 games of the regular season?
I don't know about all 4, but I know the next one's gonna be to turn out the noise. Like, there's gonna be a lot of eyeballs out, like, we're gonna get ranked, right? There's gonna be a lot of pats on the back when, again, it's a great effort by one phase. And again, it's an awesome situation to be in, right? Like, and I'm not diminishing the win, but that wasn't even close to our best, right? So we gotta tune out the noise, and we gotta look inward, and the opinions that matter are those within the building that know what it's supposed to look like each and every single day, right? So let's turn out the noise, turn out the rat poison, gotta go to the islands, we gotta come back and handle business the right way. But right now, it's just, hey, take 24 hours, we enjoy this the right way, and we gotta turn out the noise.
Anything else for Coach?
Coach,
Yeah,
one more.
sure.
As you mentioned, you guys played great in one phase today. Earlier, Trey White talked about on his post press conference, talking about how he mentioned that throughout the entire season, through a 6-game winning streak, not all 3 phases had been complete in one game. How do you guys go into this week before Hawaii to try and play great in all 3 phases?
I think something just happened in the World Series.
Dodgers tied it up.
Dodgers just tied it up? That's the most baseball I've talked all year. All 3 phases tied together, how do we do it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right? That goes back to who we are. Like, there was moments of that game where I thought we were playing to external things as opposed to internal standards, okay? So we have to double down on who we are. Okay, so Coach, like, what does that mean? That means that we need to be focused on our process. It means that we need to truly improve and compete each and every single day, not just on game day, but Monday when we show up, Tuesday as we approach the work, Wednesday as we refine the work and we get situational football, Thursday as we walk off feeling good because all parties are practicing and we're not finding reasons to not work, right? But we're refining the plan so that we can go and that we're willing to sacrifice and invest in the work so that we can have better execution on Saturday within all 3 phases, right? And so being able to do that and then doing that collectively together, but yet knowing and understanding that some phases will play better through the flow of a game, but that we can pick each other up and do it together, right? But the work works, right? There's no way around it. Like, there's no sprinkling pixie dust on it, and it's being humble enough to know there's areas to grow and hungry to show up with a desire to work so that we can earn the right to be called winners again. Because at the end of the day, we won. Aztecs are on a 6-game winning streak. It's really, really cool. One of the best teams in the country, top 25. Make your votes count. And it'll be really, really cool. Go Aztecs. Thanks.